In this lesson, we talk about the framework of the startup operation process. That is, the structure of the startup operation process. The first thing to work in a mobile phone is the battery. Shown here is the battery holder. The battery mainly provides a power supply, VBAT or VBATT. Android phones generally have these two codes. The power supply reaches charging chip, and the charging chip controls the MOS tube to work, so that the MOS tube is turned on, generating a main power supply. This main power supply has two codes on the mobile phone, VPH PWR and VBT SYS. In Android phones, this MOS tube is generally integrated in the charging chip. So we draw a dotted line here. What is the main work of the charging chip? It mainly controls the internal MOS tube and turns the power supply of the positive electrode of the battery into the main power supply. VPH PWR. Its voltage is equal to the voltage of the battery generally. After the main power supply is generated, it needs to supply power to the power chip. The power chip is also called the power management unit, abbreviated as PMU. The internal standby circuit of the power chip works, provides voltage to the crystal oscillator, and the crystal oscillator works in standby. At this time, the power chip will give a voltage of 1.8 volts to the power on signal line, usually through a series of resistors, and then to the power on button. The power on signal lines on the Android phones are called PWRON or KYPD PWR. These two types of codes are more used. This is the boot seat, which is connection seat of the power on signal, and the cable with the power on button installed on the boot seat. When we want to pull down this signal, we usually connect the power button signal to the ground wire. The symbol of the ground wire in the circuit is like this. We press the power button to connect the signal to the ground wire, usually for more than 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, the trigger circuit inside the power supply detects the change of this signal, and it will output power. Okay, that's it for this lesson.